Gas on glass. That's what GE is calling its latest innovation in cooking. The XL44 is a self-cleaning convection gas range which features a glass cooktop surface with an electric warming zone on top and an electric warming drawer below. Before we get into the servicing of this appliance, let's go over a few safety procedures. First, disconnect all electrical power and shut off the gas at the main valve. If you smell gas, do not light any appliance, touch any electrical switch, or use a phone in the building. Contact the gas company from a neighbor's phone. Call the fire department if you cannot reach the gas supplier. Reconnect all grounding devices and properly fasten them in their original position. Open the gas valve and check for leaks. With the gas and electrical supply off, begin by removing the cooktop. Remove the burner grates, caps, and burner heads and set them aside. When reinstalling the burner heads, make sure the nipple in the burner head is positioned toward the electrode. Rotate the burner head around the burner base until it is level. Each burner base has 2 screws holding it on the cooktop. Remove the screws and lift the bases and graphite seals off the cooktop by using a small flat blade screwdriver with a piece of tape over the blade to protect the glass surface. Gently pry the base and igniter up. Pull the igniter wire out and disconnect the electrode. To release the cooktop, disengage the front clips by carefully pressing in with a flat blade screwdriver to avoid damage to the finish. Gently raise the cooktop high enough for the prop rods on either side to hold it securely. In this position, the gas jets and warming zone are accessible for repair. Let's go ahead and remove 4 wires connected to the warming zone by pulling the tab connectors. The 2 on the left are purple, and the right front wire is white with a yellow wire behind it. To remove the warming zone unit, remove the screws from the 3 metal holding brackets at the 12, 36, and 60 positions marked on the unit. Keep in mind, the underside of the glass top is very sensitive to scratches from tools or jewelry. Support the unit with one hand while easing back the brackets with the other hand. To complete the removal of the cooktop, you may have to pull the range out from the wall to clear the countertop. Disengage the prop rods from the range side panel and partially lower the cooktop. Pull the cooktop out by lifting up and pulling forward. To access the infinite switch for the warming zone, remove the lower control panel. Here's how to do it. First, remove all the knobs by pulling them straight off the stems. Remove 4 screws beside rear burner knobs. Remove 2 screws on top of lower control panel. Open the oven door to access 4 hex screws under the panel and remove them. Then, carefully pull the panel over the stems. In addition to the infinite switch for the warming zone, wires for the warming drawer and burner ignition are now accessible for repair. So let's move on to the warming drawer. Pull the drawer straight out until it stops. Pull up on the tab on the left rail while pushing down on the right tab to release the drawer. And again, pull the drawer straight out to remove. This makes the electrical components, the thermodisc in the center rear, and the heating element on the bottom, accessible for repair or replacement. On the far left is the gas regulator. We're now ready to access the upper control panel. In this procedure, great care must be taken not to damage the panel or the electronic components inside. Begin by grasping the light panel at the rear, where it is hinged to the control panel. Lift upward at the rear just far enough to insert a small, thin-bladed screwdriver between the end cap and the fluorescent light cover. Be sure to wrap the blade of the screwdriver with tape to avoid scratching the plastic shield. Slide the blade forward toward the front while lifting up on the cover. Remove 2 screws that secure the end caps to the control console. Be careful not to break the locating tab at the bottom of the end cap. Loosen the 2 screws at the ends of the panel at the bottom 2 turns to keep the panel from binding as you slide it down and forward. Grasp the face panel at the bottom with one hand while gently pushing down on the top with your other hand. Pull the control panel downward to release it from the vent deflector while at the same time pulling the panel forward from the bottom. To remove the capacitive touchpad, first pull the wire connector from the panel. Next, remove 2 screws at each end of the control panel. Carefully separate the control panel from the touchpad to avoid damaging the seal strips above and below the touchpad. The spark module is located behind the control panel on the right side and is held in place by 2 tabs. The ballast for the fluorescent light is on the left and is attached by 2 screws. To service the convection oven fan, remove 7 screws from the fan shield and remove the shield. Next, remove the nut and pull the fan blades forward. Remove 4 screws and pull the convection fan bracket forward. Disconnect 3 wires to release the fan motor. A couple of notes to keep in mind when servicing the oven. First, the clock must be set before the control for the oven will work. The time of day clock cannot be changed during delay start. The convection oven fan will not start until the preheat temperature is reached. The fan will stop when the oven door is open, but the heat will not turn off. The thermostat can be adjusted on models with number pads by pressing the bake and broil high-low pads at the same time and holding for 2 seconds until SF shows in the display. Then, press the bake pad and a 2-digit number is displayed. Press the bake pad once to increase the oven temperature or twice to decrease the temperature. Now, using the number pad, select the number of degrees increase or decrease up to 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Press the number pad the way you would read them. For example, press 15 for 15 degrees. Then press Start to enter and return to the time of day display. One of the features of the XL44 is onboard diagnostic tests. Check the technical service guide for the display readout for each pad and the corrective procedure. The gas on glass range also allows you to access the ERC fault code memory when the homeowner experiences an F fault code on the display. Again, refer to the technical service guide for the details and corrective measures regarding fault codes. We hope this video will get you off to a good start servicing this product. Be sure to familiarize yourself with the technical service guide and the schematics in the back. Thank you for taking time to learn more about the XL44 SPECTRA gas range or gas on glass.